The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Welcome back, my dear 5th standard children. So how are you all? Last week we were discussing about the small efforts, isn't it? And the simple machine which help in our efforts to perform our tasks, right? These small efforts sum up and make us a very successful human being, right? And these efforts, they need not be only for studies, right? These efforts can be put into all the small tasks you do in everyday life. For example, when you wake up from the bed, what should you do? A small effort, a word of gratitude for being alive, for having good parents, for coming to a snappy school like this, for having good teachers and a good house, sibling to play with. So, a word of gratitude to the Almighty for all the prosperities you have, isn't it? After that, folding up your own bed sheet. Yes, it's a small effort, but all these small efforts will turn you into a good, kind, considerate human being, right? After all, A grades, yes, they are important, but your attitude towards life is much more important than that. Okay, shall we move into our topic? The efforts we put into simple machines, right? Yes, the Greek scientist Archimedes was the one who said that simple machines make our task easier. Later on, Da Vinci and Galileo came up with many simple machines like the scissors, lever, pulley, screwdrivers, all that. Today's class, we are going to study some more simple machines that we would have seen but we would not have observed. Shall we move into our topic? Today's simple machine is wheel. Okay, I hope you are all familiar with wheel. Yes, where have you seen wheels? Everywhere, all the vehicles, right? Have you ever observed how this wheel is turning? Yes, look at the picture of a wheelbarrow. Yes, how does the wheel turn? Yes, look at the rod in between, in the middle of the wheel. Yes, this rod helps the wheel to turn and thereby helps the man to perform his task better. This rod is called as axle. So, wheel is not single, it is always accompanied by an axle. So, we can call it as wheel and axle. Okay, where else have you seen wheel and axle? Now, look at this picture. Yes, it's a hand cart moved by a man. It has two wheels. How do these two wheels move simultaneously? Yes, these two wheels are connected by an iron rod, and this rod we call it as axle, and this axle helps turn the wheel simultaneously and thereby helps the man to perform his task better. So, wheel and axle is also a simple machine. We have seen wheel and axle everywhere. Only thing is we have not observed. So, from now onwards you have to observe. Okay, we will move to our next simple machine. Children, look at this picture. What do you see? You see logs of wood being loaded into the vehicle. How are they loaded? You can see two big logs, isn't it? They are kept at an inclined way. They are kept in an inclined way, and the laborers load the heavy logs into the vehicle. It is easier now for them to load the logs into the vehicle, right? So, this inclined plane, the logs kept in an inclined position helps the laborers to load the logs into the vehicle or to unload them. Both becomes easier, isn't it, when there is an inclined plane. So, inclined plane is the next simple machine which helps to perform our task better. Look at this picture. It's a bag being lifted, right? In the first picture, a bag is being lifted vertically with a rope. And look at the second picture. The bag is being lifted using an inclined plane. So, which is easier? Definitely, when you place an inclined plane, you won't feel that heaviness, isn't it? It's easy to lift the bag. So, inclined plane helps us to perform our task in an easier way without feeling the load in our shoulders. So, it's helping us in our efforts. So, inclined plane is also a simple machine. Where else have you seen inclined planes? I will tell you. Have you observed nails? Yes, you have seen nails, but have you observed the nails? See, iron nails. Look at the end portion of the iron nails. How does it look? It has an inclined surface, right? This inclined surface helps us to pierce the nails into the walls. Suppose there is no inclined plane. Is it possible to pierce that nail into the wall? It will have a blunt end, isn't it? The blunt surface will not pierce the wall. Only if there is an inclined plane towards the end of the nail, it is easy for us to pierce the nail into the wall. So, inclined surface is another simple machine which helps perform our task better. So, very surprising, right? Many things which we haven't observed till now are simple machines. Many things like this, like sewing machine, nail cutter, all these are simple machines which help in performing our task in an easier way. Surprising, right? We will see another picture. Yes, look at this picture. Yes, a boy is entering into a school. What is the peculiarity about the boy? He is a physically challenged student. So, he is using a wheelchair here. How will he get into the school? See, you can see a ramp in the school. Using this ramp is also having an inclined plane. It's also an inclined plane. We call it as ramp, R-A-M-P. Yes. Using this ramp, the boy can easily climb the stairs, the inclined surface and get into his class. Have you seen these ramps anywhere else? Yes, you can see them in hospitals, in big malls, isn't it? So, we have seen all this, but the only thing is we were not aware that these were all simple machines. Okay? So, ramp is another simple machine which help us get into some buildings, right? So, where else have you seen ramps? Often in ambulance also you can see ramps to get the patient. So, now you realize the importance of ramps in these different places, right? So, now we will move to the last picture which is shown in the textbook. Look at the picture, children. Yes, in the first picture you can see a man using a wedge to tighten the wooden frames that is needed for a house. In the second picture you can see a woodcutter cutting the wood or logs to smaller pieces. What is he using? He is using an axe, and look at the surface of the axe. It has a position of a wedge. So, these are called wedges. Okay? So, this is a wedge. This wedge also is a simple machine which helps us to perform our task better, isn't it? Usually, this wedge is seen in the hands of a carpenter, or it is it is fixed into a wooden rod or iron rod to cut woods. So wedge is another simple machine which helps us perform our task better. Okay, so I am completing this chapter. I feel this chapter is very easy for you. It was also very quite interesting, right? Many things we see around us are simple machines. Only thing is we were not aware of it. Now since we have completed this chapter, you are all aware of the simple machines, right? So children, the notes for this chapter will be sent to you. After that you can write the notes. Okay, shall we move to let us assess? Look at the first question. A road to a hilltop is to be constructed. The distance would be less if a straight road is built. In spite of this, the engineer suggested the construction of a winding road. What may be the reason for this? Yes. Hilltop. How should a road to hilltop be? For example, we will take Nelliyambadi. പാലക്കാട് നിന്ന് നെല്ലിയാമ്പതിക്ക് പോകണം. എങ്ങനെയാണ് പോവുക? ഇങ്ങനെ സ്ട്രെയിറ്റ് സ്റ്റീപ്പായിട്ട് ഒരു റോഡ് വെച്ചാൽ കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷൻ ചാർജസ് കുറവാണ്, ഡിസ്റ്റൻസും കുറവാണ് അല്ലേ? നെല്ലിയാമ്പതി എവിടെയല്ല? ഹിൽ ടോപ്പ്. സോ വെൻ മൂവിങ് ഫ്രം പാലക്കാട് ടു ഹിൽ ടോപ്പ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു റോഡ് കൺസ്ട്രക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മതി അല്ലേ? സോ ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഇസ് ലെസ് ആൻഡ് കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷൻ കോസ്റ്റ് ഇസ് ഓൾസോ ലെസ്. പക്ഷേ നെല്ലിയാമ്പതി റോഡ് നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഇങ്ങനെ വളഞ്ഞ് വളഞ്ഞ് ബെൻഡ് എടുത്തെടുത്തിട്ടാണ് പോകുന്നത് അല്ലേ? സോ വൈ? Cost is more, isn't it? Distance is more. Then why construct such roads? That roads are called as winding roads. Okay? എന്തിനാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ചുറ്റി വളച്ചിട്ടുള്ള റോഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ കൺസ്ട്രക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? Can you tell me why engineer suggested that? Yes, if you construct a road like this, inclined, steep road like this, what happens? Safety issues are there. There is a chance for the vehicle, the friction for the vehicle with the road will be less, and there is a chance for the vehicle to topple down, isn't it? So it is better to construct a winding road, no problem if the distance is more and the construction cost is also more. Our safety is much more important than that, isn't it? That is why Nelliyambadi roads are like that, winding roads with the hairpin bends. We usually see hairpin bends there, isn't it? So it is not possible to construct a steep road. Steep roads are very dangerous. Instead, winding roads are much more safer. Okay? Now shall we move to the second question? Look at the pictures. Two situations are given there. Okay? A crowbar is used to reduce workload in the two situations. Do you notice any change in the position of effort, fulcrum and resistance in the two situations? Yes, look at the position of effort in the first picture. He is applying effort downwards, whereas in the second picture he is applying effort upwards. So which is correct? Obviously the first picture is correct. Where he is applying force, he is putting his effort downwards so that the stone, the bigger stone will topple down or it moves from that position. Okay? So second question is also over. We will move to the third question. The third question is a tabular column where we have tabulated things. Fulcrum in between effort and resistance, effort in between resistance and fulcrum, and resistance in between effort and fulcrum. We have to say some examples for all these situations. Okay? So it's scissors, fulcrum comes in between, effort on the one end and resistance on the other end. Stapler also you put effort in between. For cutting plier also fulcrum is in between. So effort in between resistance and fulcrum. Where, in which situations do you put effort in between? Forceps, effort is applied in between. Screwdriver, effort is in between, right? Resistance on the other end, fulcrum on this end. Resistance in between effort and fulcrum. Lemon squeezer, resistance is in between. Nutcracker, wheelbarrow, resistance is in between. So these are the situations you have to know about in this lesson. Okay? So I am winding up this session. No assignments, notes will be sent to you and you have to write it, copy it in your files and send it to me. Okay? Bye children, meet you in the next session with a new chapter. Okay, bye.